Okej. Pamiętam, że skończyliśmy chyba na dniu 4, drugim nawet, no. I pomyślałem, żeby wykorzystać te ostatnie ostatni amalgam, który mamy, żeby przenieść się do dnia 9, aby powstrzymać Gryfa przed kradzieżą i potem przenieść się do dnia 11, aby zawstrzymać masakrę dokonaną przez wojsko. A następnie wejść do dnia 12. Więc taki jest plan na dzisiaj. Problem jest taki, że mamy bardzo mało amalgamu. Nie mogę się przenieść. Mam za mało amalgamu. O, tu się mogę przenieść. Na szczęście mam w bazie taki tonik, który pozwala mi odnowić cały amalgam, więc wykorzystamy go. Cześć Aurora, dobry wieczór. Co nic nie będę robił, bo generalnie nie chcemy ryzykować jakiegoś zgona czy coś. To jest... o. I'm ready to take it. This vial contains an universal vaccine. Stach Rubin brewed from silver cells. Contain liquid time. 1 second of eternity is contained here. I'm ready to take it. Broken vessels will mend. All my time will be restored, but only once. It's not the right moment. It is time. I'm taking the vaccine. O. I teraz mi się wywraca cały amalgam i naprawiło mi wszystkie wesele. I dzięki temu mogę teraz ponownie przenieść się w czasie tam do tego momentu, do którego chcę, czyli do 9 momentu. Jest jednokrotny restart, który mamy dostępny. I teraz tu chcemy iść do generała Bloka. Porozmawiać z nim i powiedzieć mu o tym, że Gryf dokona zamachu. I ten zamach chcemy powstrzymać. I być może, nie wiem jakie będą konsekwencje tego, ale powinniśmy dzięki temu powstrzymać rzeź mieszkańców dokonaną przez wojsko.
As if things are animated. It was quiet in Tanatica.
Czy musimy iść do ratusza? Tam spotkamy generała Bloka. Kurde, nie wiem jak u was, ale u mnie jest strasznie ciepło. Dzisiaj w ogóle taka pogoda ładna była. Nie będę ukrywał, że spożytkowaliśmy ją z Gosią. Poszliśmy sobie w tango na miasto. I nawet skubnęliśmy jakieś lody. Nie ma tu nic o tym, żeby z Blokiem pogadać. Czy znaczy, że muszę z nim pogadać? Zanim pogadam z Blokiem? Z Gryfem, coś mi się wydaje? Może być taka opcja. Chyba o to chodzi, bo teraz jest napisane, że wziąłem sprawę w swoje ręce, ale to nie rozwiązuje problemu. To jest tylko iluzoryczne rozwiązanie. Więc może muszę resetnąć to rozwiązanie. Musimy jeszcze spróbuję jeszcze raz podejść tego dnia i zobaczyć, co się stanie, czy mogę z blokiem pogadać. Cześć Mifril. Dobry wieczór. Tu. Możliwe, że jeśli rozmawiam z Gryfem, to wątek ten jest zamknięty, a teraz mam go otwarty. Zobaczmy, jak to wygląda na naszym opisie. If the theft of provision isn't prevented, in 2 days the army will open fire to the town. Nie wiem, czy mam z nim pogadać? Czy najpierw pogadać z blokiem? Może rozmowa z Gryfem może naprowadzi mnie na bloka. Zobaczymy zaraz. O.
This is, after all, artillery. Fire from the heavens.
Keep it brief. Time in this town seems to bleed away through shell holes. I regret to inform you, General, that the townsfolk are not unanimously pleased with the presence of the military. Trouble is brewing. You're timely and direct. Officer material, really. I'm listening. The town is being ravaged by plague and, as a consequence, hunger. There's conspiracy to steal the soldiers' rations. What are you suggesting, Lankowski? Should I dispatch some soldiers to deal with it? It would be a sensible decision from your point of view. Now step into my shoes. Every man counts, and this town is like a powder magazine set ablaze at several points. I'm trying to show you where the blaze has gotten dangerously close to the fuse. You should tighten the security around your food storage, General, before it's too late. Let's turn this around. You hold some sway in this town, or do you not? Can you suggest a course of action? If not, can you please go back to being direct? Tell me who, when, what. I want names. I cannot trust rumors. I have to know what I'm preparing for. I can provide your contingent with extra rations. Even if you don't prevent the theft, the soldiers won't go hungry. This would be very noble of you. Anything else? It's agreed. The warehouse manager who is planning to steal the food. He's likely to act tonight. Mógł go sprzedać. This is better. Thank you. I'll take measures. Anything else you'd like to add? I have nothing else to say. In this case, good day to you. Thank you for taking a keen interest in my men's well-being. They didn't make you head of emergency office for nothing. You see the whole picture. I hope the discussion helps. Compensation. Consequences. For better or worse, I took the measures. O, nie ma masakry. Zniknęło. Udało się uniknąć. Zapobiegł masakrze. No To dobrze. Teraz pójdę i zobaczę, czy się pojawią jakieś krytyczne wydarzenie na tablicy oraz pójdziemy do dnia 11. Zobaczymy, co się stanie w związku z tym. Wait. Ja nadal tu mogę iść? Może nie mam potrzeby, jak już to zrobiłem. Może powinien go ostrzec, że go sprzedałem. Może być taka opcja, nie? Zobaczmy, co jaki będzie miał teraz dialog do poprowadzenia z gryfem.
Boiling, cracking, screeching. Living.
Living.
A fool's tongue is long enough to hang them.
That's a no then. You're going through with it. I am Dan Kocki, so may the wind be at your ass and don't let the doors squash you on the way out. There's just one thing I don't understand. Who talked? My people keep mum about our little operation. Could it be someone found the key? Ugh. Goodbye, Badgriff. Nie dało się go przekonać w takim razie. To znaczy, ta rozmowa do niczego nie doprowadziła niestety. Okej, to zobaczmy, co się stanie tego 11 dnia. Pytanie, czy oni go nie rozstrzelają. Bo skoro on mówi, że on dalej w to będzie brnął, to jest szansa, że oni go po prostu przyłapią, no. Coś czuję, że 11 dnia gryf może umrzeć. No tu nic nie ma na tym. Na ten temat. Pytanie, czy będą dźwięki strzału armat, tak? Na starcie dnia. Meanwhile. Jest szarmat. Tu nikogo nie ma. Nic się nie zmieniło? No, Lara i Jakob nie żyją. To się nic nie zmieniło. Gryf. Day 9. Stole army rations. Ukradł te racje. Tak czy siak. Czy tu nikt nie umarł? I nie było rzezi. Okej. takim razie nie pozostało nic innego, jak pójść do zakończenia. Cześć, Cutie House. Się nigdy nie skończy, no to też mi się tak wydaje. Nie żebym narzekał, bo mi się dobrze gra. Ale tak, idziemy właśnie dzisiaj zakończyć. Wchodzimy do 12 dnia, czyli do podsumowania gry. Which could be the first day, depending on the perspective. Mamy rozwiązanie. Więc mogę wejść do gry i zaproponować rozwiązanie. Which could be the first day, depending on the perspective. Last day. Promise. End of the story. Dependencies. Chimera. Time to say goodbye. Alternative. Last day. Ale mi się myśli pojawiło. Znowu promise. Something new. Okay. Jest Ewa. Julia and I came close to a solution. It is possible to stop the plague without sacrificing of anything after all.
In every shard, a new me.
Siema, Winter. Dzień dobry wieczór. Okej, dużo myśli się pojawiło. Co my tu mamy? Someone is let the plague into the town. Some memory is preserved in the polyhedron. Nas interesuje ta część. Last day. My last chance to enter the polyhedron. Perhaps today luck will smile upon me. The judge said that the facets would open for me only at the very end. End of the story. Today everything will be decided. Many of my decisions in the past, my successes and failures, my knowledge and ignorance, all can affect the outcome. My friends, enemies, subordinates, rulers of the town and homeless children, the plague changed the fates of remarkable townsfolk. There remained the fates of people I did not learn about. There remain the fates of people I did not learn about. Every part of the town invariably seeks to destroy another. Without Simon, they cannot coexist. Julia and I came too close to the solution. Okej, czyli to jest sugestia, że są wątki, których nie rozwiązałem. I don't know what to tell you at the end.
Canary in a gold mine. There is no death. I knew it intuitively. I didn't need to enunciate this path to walk it.
All our important words have already been told. What happens if I don't save the polyhedron? It will fall, and there will be a sound like someone's spine snapping. No, I meant, what happens to you? I'll mourn Simon and his children, and I'll spend my whole life rereading their notes, I suppose. I can't build anything myself. I'll try to latch on to someone who can. Maybe I'll go beyond the river, but more likely, I'll keep sitting by the window, watching for something that isn't there. I'm leaving. Do you want to come with me? No. Just no. No explanation. Yes. Of everyone this town has put me through, you're the most important. Same goes for you. That's why I don't want to talk anymore. Would you really care how I'll choose stockings or how I'll look for friends later, when the past is over and you're gone? That will be a different me. The one I'm now only wants to remember your face. I feel like I did everything wrong here. You don't even know what you're like. You're not a man, you're a knife. Every step you took cut straight through this town. I didn't watch you work, but I listen often. Even your handwriting is a knife. every decision, cutting away what isn't needed. And you always stood up so sharply, as if you were about to run, even when you were only going to sleep. You're a canary in a mine. And you, Eva, are human. Exactly the kind worth defeating death for. We'll never see each other again. Farewell, Daniel. Eve, Ilo. Farewell. Eva won't leave the town, and I won't stay. Żegnamy się z Ewą. Oh, doctor. Oh, Yakov. Oh, biedny duch do Jakowa. Just don't send him away. He'll linger a little while, then he'll go back to work. No, go. Just go. What work is there now? You're a little shadow. Stay as long as your heart desires. He liked it there, in Stillwater. You know, he even envied the other assistants a bit, being here with you. Just a little. Not in earnest. He wouldn't have traded the hospital for anything. Such responsibility. I know, Shadow, I know. I'm speaking to you now, not to him, because he was faithful to the hospital literally to the very grave. He doesn't regret a thing. You know how he saw it? There are great people who soar in the heavens and perform unheard of feats, but someone has to stand on the ground while they soar, doesn't one? Mind the trifles. He only worried he wouldn't even do for you when it comes to trifles. Those were hardly trifles. Little may have done more for the patients than I ever did. Cześć, Nikos. Hejo na laraj. Nie, to jest definitywnie koniec. Właśnie mam podsumowanie, wiesz, gry. Jeszcze mogę trade'a z nią zrobić. Witam cię, Mr. J. Dziękuję bardzo. Hello, Daniel. Did you sleep well on your last day? What are you so sure this day is the last? I'm the cathedral caretaker. Have you forgotten? I know my way around time. Tell me, is it true? I hear they are going to tear down the polyhedron, but that cannot be. The Onoirotect's work is too important, and it's all bound together. It cannot be destroyed. I thought Farkat and the Stamatins quarreled over that, didn't they? They built upward, and he built outward. Quarrels are nothing next to barbarism. Farkat was not given to gloating. He respected the Stamatins' work, despite the differences. Unfortunately, the town is doomed, but the polyhedron might still hold. For the last time, I cannot tell how Farkat would have taken it. He created for people, he created for eternity. Eternity and people must not be set against another. You must be carrying the hardest decision of all, Daniel. I can still be turned another way. I'm sure it can.
My path was called the Clacker. I'm sick of staging the same play again and again. I'd rather sit in with the audience.
Angielski dzisiaj z palcem, w nosie jutro w piątek ostatni pisemny i koniec. A potem przez wczesne wakacje, Anikos. One writer friend of mine likes to say that all of world culture can be reduced to 4 basic plots. The quest, the return, the siege of a city, and Can you guess the fourth? A quest, zadanie, powrót, oblężenie miasta. A god's suicide. So you're familiar with the work of the blind librarian as well. It's a pleasure to deal with an educated man, especially now, when my poor town seems to be living through all four of those plots at once. What are you talking about, Mark? Why, judge for yourself. You came to this town in search of an immortal. Plot 1. Yet, for days now you've thought of nothing but going back. Plot 2. The city has been seized, and you are fighting the plague that has conquered it. Plot 3. Today the fate of Polyhedron will be decided. They want to demolish it. Which plot is that? Now that, Doctor, is the right question. I hope you find the answer before the curtain falls. With all my heart, I wish you good luck, my dear friend. Simon, you mean him, don't you? The fourth plot, that's him. Do you truly expect an answer? I'm a director, not a prompter. Giving hints isn't my job. Provoking is. Sometimes you provoke me so well that I want to punch you in the face. I like you, Mark. I always have. Pity you don't care for cinema. Się też zgodzę. I śmierć.
The town dribbles.
O kurde, ile to jest wątków, co jest? There are fates yet unknown on Town Hall. At Lamp. There are fates yet unknown. Ciekawe. Coś się dzieje na dworcu.
He was doomed anyway. He just would have suffered more than ordinary people.
Very well, Dankowski. I could say something crude, but I want to end on that note. After all, we won't see each other again. What makes you think we won't? The world's smaller than it looks. And why do you think I'm standing here? I've signed up as a volunteer with the army. As a doctor, naturally. Patching men up, unclear, undershelling is a noble kind of work than whatever this is. Have you lost your mind? You get yourself killed. I attacked the changeling. I couldn't kill her, even then. She told me she sees my fate. 2 doors, no third. Die a coward, or die a hero. I'm not you, Dankowski. I won't die a coward. Then you'll die a fool. Have you truly ruled out living? There's nothing noble in death, Robin. Okej, czyli Rubin zdecydował się oddać życie wojnie. No jeśli jak grałem Burachem, to mogłem go spotkać na dworcu i zaproponować mu, że dołączy do mnie jako asystent i że go nauczę. Siema Nairi. To już koniec. To teraz dosłownie dowiaduję się o postaciach, które pozostały w grze i mogę dowiedzieć się, jakie jest ich zakończenie. On w dwójce też go spotykasz, gdzie on jest z wojskiem, jest na końcu na dworcu i możesz mu powiedzieć, żeby dołączył do ciebie jako asystent. Tutaj Zrzut umarł? Nie, nikt nie umarł właśnie. Wszyscy przeżyli. Zginął Jakob, ale nie wiem, czy dało się go uratować. On 11 dnia okazuje się, że jest... złapał sandpest. Piaszczycę złapał. I on umiera 11 dnia. 10 dnia. A Lara próbowałem na wszelkie sposoby uratować i nie dało się. Gra sugerowała, że jest to sytuacja bez wyjścia.
Every creak, like a gunshot.
Że po prostu jeśli w jakikolwiek sposób spróbuje uratować Larę, to ona zamorduje generała Blocka, a morderstwo generała Blocka prowadzi do ogólnego buntu i zagłady miasta.
Happily ever after lasted for about a week and change.
Yeah, it was me. Me. What are you staring at? It doesn't matter now, so I'll admit it. I was one trying to kill you. So that was you, on the 8th day, in the abandoned house. Why? When the Inquisitor arrived, everyone learned you were working for him, and the clever ones understood at once. He's above all the poking through dirty laundry himself. He's asking you about our sins. I've got a sin or two on my own. Who doesn't? So I thought, almost everyone in this town hates you. If you turned up dead in some abandoned house, nobody would even blink. Not even your Inquisitor. Reports of my loyalty to Karminski are greatly exaggerated. But I suppose I see your reasoning. That's probably exactly what he was after. Doesn't matter now anyway. Whatever was will burn on the funeral pyre. We'll all drop here without distinction, the righteous and the guilty, the clever and the fools. But at least before we die, we'll get a real show, watching that squiggle come crashing down out of the sky. You don't pity the polyhedron at all. I don't even pity the living. Why would I pity some dead rubber? Maybe I'm afraid to die and it's unfair. But this way, at least, I got to go out with a bang, you see? Nothing decided yet, Anna. Not the polyhedron, not the town. Tylko nie wiem, czemu Karmiński powinien być... Wait, co się stało? Czemu on żyje? Przecież on powinien zginąć 11 dnia. Karmiński is dead. Nie wiem, czemu on się nie dodał jako trup tutaj.
Stupid. Stupid. Oh, what an idiot I was.
Jestem w strachu. Bo co cię przeraża, polski Przemku? Glass breaks easily. It's transparent. Building with it is absurd. So it's the only thing worth building with. What isn't fragile shouldn't exist. If you build from glass, anyone can smash your masterpiece with a rock. But there will come a day when rocks will start breaking against glass. When spirit overcomes matter? Or do you mean literally? All I'm saying is the world where brute force invariably overcomes the delicate and beautiful is hollow world. A different one should exist, perhaps outside of our lives, perhaps not on this earth. They're tearing the polyhedron down. Its fate is decided today. Glass breaks easily. Do you understand? It breaks forever. I don't understand actually. Is it hope or desperation talking? Andrew says that I can't end like this. That no matter how heavy a missile shells the polyhedron, it will hold. But for all that is fragile and lofty should be stronger than the heavy and brutal. You're architects, you work with physical materials. Surely you understand the tower will not hold under shelling. I think the rose is vulnerable and defenseless like a blind man on a front line. It will not hold, not because it's imperfect, but because the world is. And no one will protect her, none of you. All of you are empty and indifferent vermin. You're drunk, and you're right.
Want me to sing you
Bukowski,
a nice little
you're
song?
here too? Sit down, have a drink with us. I even mixed a cocktail for the occasion. Karmiński throat. Secret recipe. Drink carefully. There's a shard of mirror in the glass. It's part of the recipe. You're insane. The flattery, but thank you. They'll be hunting you, Andrei. You're the Inquisition's top target now. Let them come. This time I've got knife handy. I'll slit every throat. You tried to save your and Pete's creation from the Inquisitor, and it was all for nothing. The Polyhedron fate will be decided today. They want to tear it down. What? Why? Looks like it caused the plague. The spike at the Polyhedron base pierced one of the underground rivers beneath the town. The river brought the infection up from the cattle burial pits. Did you read this in the Farhad journals? Like, they can't be trusted. Whatever happened here, the Polyhedron bears no guilt. And secondly, they wouldn't dare. They're just too deep into the earth. No, I found the underground blood myself. So what? What will you do if it's torn down? I'll crucify whoever did it. I'll call it ascended filth, and pave the foundation of the installation with the bodies of those who could and failed to stop this, and no army in the world will stop me. It's exactly as a whole army you would have to defeat. To oni nawet nie zdawali sobie sprawy z tego, że doprowadzili do tej plagi. Kompletnie. On tu nawet wspomina o tym, że zabił tego Karmińskiego, więc nie wiem, czemu mi się to nie dodało do loga, że on nie żyje. Zobaczmy, co u kapeli.
I could use some quiet. Tired of this noise.
Tu też mogę skrzyneczki podnosić i jeszcze mogę nawet lustra tłuc.
Optics, vision. Their
To
answer
mogę się
is
cofnąć do poprzedniej linii jeszcze, nie? Okej, też jest.
Cats know the fact of the
Notkin.
matter.
Is that you,
Ignore when a
Doctor?
fool comes to chatter.
Don't stick your nose in at the warehouses. It's a real blaze there right now. But we're winning. That's odd. I heard nothing about trouble at the warehouses today. Ha! Hiding, are they? The devils. We'll smoke them out. Grief's lot. The warehouses will be ours. You're an optimist. Why do you even need the warehouses? Do you think the towns will hold? Tomorrow it might not exist at all. If we're here, the town will be too. If we're here. They'll tear down the tower soon, and everything will go smooth as butter. How do you know about the plans for the Polyhedron? Everyone's been yapping about it since morning. The town's tiny, and rumors fly faster than bullets. I've been there. I walked the faces myself. I know for sure it's all tricks. I've been telling everyone for ages. Every misfortune comes from the tower. And did anyone listen? They should have listened right away instead of standing there with their ears flapping. You've been inside the tower, and it didn't bewitch you like the rest. Astonishing. And I don't like being bewitched, lulled, throwing dust in my eyes. That's so I won't see the truth. Your current injustice is real life. Right here, not in invented faces and imaginary worlds. You have to grow up too fast, Chieftain. Why are you
What
so
have I
talking to me?
done to be punished with children like these?
If you need something, go to her, my daughter, the one running everything now. She's the head of the family now. And you, Vlad, what are you going to do now? I'll be proud of her. I will. I'll step aside. I've had enough. I'm old already. The world should be handed to the young. Lives in them. What about the Vlad the Younger? Poor boy. It's my fault. Didn't keep an eye on him. The old fool. But I won't be that way with Victoria. Oh, it won't be that way with Victoria. It won't. All my heart is in her now. Sure, Capella hardly going to side with the Canes. Looks like the town's fate doesn't worry you anymore. Maybe that's right. Nothing going to change now. Oni się mieli hajtnąć razem.
The sky is cloudy, yet Earth awaits your casket,
I połączyć te
and filling
rodziny.
your pockets is a whole lot of crickets.
I acknowledge your merits as a ruler of children, Kaspar, but the adult world needs more than bravado and fairy tales to recognize you. If you don't want the adult world to drain you dry, you'll have to change. Learn its ways.
A firebox for a heart, they say. But in truth, what you need is a compass.
And when did you manage to change, Capella? You used to be colorful and fragile, like the stained glass window in the cathedral. Still remember that I was the one who shattered it. And it wouldn't be better if you called me Victoria instead. Dr. Jankowski, greetings. I'm glad you come. You should be among the first to know. Victoria and I are going to get married. The Canes and Olgimski will become one family. Are you sure this is the right time? For the future, the Polyhedron, the Bull Enterprise, those were just monstrous utopian engines, factories that routinely ground people into ideas. We will build a world where human bones are not crushed for the sake of the lofty words. Commendable, but is marriage really necessary to achieve that? Our families have been pulling the city in opposite direction for years. This has to end. Blood and enmity rule whatever people are divided by ideas, by some surnames. To break the cycle of blood, we must become one family. What about love? This is love, isn't it? When you sacrifice something for the sake of others, that is love. Will you come to our wedding? Of course I would. Khan, how are you feeling about the Polyhedron? You know everything will be decided today. How could I feel? Bad. It hurts. I just do believe these are growing pains. I can't look back. If I do, I will fall. At least if it crumbles, it won't be by your hand. I'm glad you mentioned the first stained glass window. Only recently did I stop having nightmares about breaking it. If they start shooting at the tower, will you take me somewhere I can't see it? I'll leave you to your talk. It's not my place to be here. Ci tu też się hajtnęli, tak jak w dwójce. Też wspólnie skończyli. Czy chcę do tej kłódki iść? Chcę iść do Julii. Są dwa znaki u Julii. Co tam jeszcze jest? Locked. O nie, z tą Julią nie pogadam. Czemu locked?
More at ease. More clear.
A, bo tu mam... Okej. Muszę się dowiedzieć od niej o tych kalkulacjach z... Jej plany tych tuneli i ona miała na podstawie tego czytać, czy tego polyhedron uratować. Teraz się okaże. Muszę poczekać, aż się mania skończy. Nie mam tym, co redukuje manię. Ona jest bardzo delikatna i ona nie lubi rozmawiać, jak jestem rozbudzony. Ale nie wygląda, jakby się jej udało. No, bo nie rozgryzła tego
What?
Only hours left. Only hours. Julia, did you study the map of the underground tunnels? Inside and out. Turns out I haven't slept in over a day now. And? Alas, Dankowski, if the map is to be believed, diverting the blood from beneath the polyhedron won't work after all. If I stood even 300, 500 meters to the west, we might have risked it, but alas. Are you certain? I spent all night looking for options. An artificial barrier in the path of the blood river would redirect the blood straight into the Gorgon, and that would be even worse. Explosive work to alter several nearby tunnels at once has every chance of collapsing half the town underground. But the map is incomplete. Farhad didn't finish it. There are blank spots, and those spots, by all appearances, are located in the most inaccessible places. Even talking just the pure material, physical aspect of an expedition to clarify the blank spots, how much time would it take? How many more people would die of plague? And we have no guarantee that clarifying the map would change anything. I got carried away with hope yesterday myself, but Farhad's map confirms it. The polyhedron is pumping blood from the underground, and therefore the sand plague as well. The road's location is fatally unfortunate. Right now, the only chance for the town is to demolish the entire structure. Damn it all. I wanted a compromise so badly. One where both the town and the polyhedron survive. That's this morning I asked an old acquaintance of mine to double check my calculations. She's not an engineer, but uniquely talented with numbers. Her verdict was exactly the same. Who is she? Do I know her? Aglaya? I don't know. I don't think so, though anything possible. I once worked with her a little in the capital. She's still here, in the room with the model, studying my old urban planning materials. I think she wouldn't mind speaking with you personally. Julia, thank you for trying, for sharing my naive hope. Collapse. Selfless help. We were bitterly mistaken. If we forcibly reverse the rivers beneath the town, the entire town will collapse underground. This is not a solution. Julia is hosting her old friend. She knows how to stop the plague. Does she? O, Aglaja. A co ten tu robi? Heron. When I first heard that the doctor from the capital had been put in charge of the emergency command, I was full of hope. I do understand we're hopelessly provincial, that we need guidance, but you can't even govern yourself, and you've only read about responsibilities and duty in books, alas. What are you doing here, Heron? None of your business. I haven't owned you an Akon for a long time. And who do you all want to? Who are you secretary to now? You change masters more often than they change tablecloths in capital restaurants. No, doctor. All this time I've been loyal to my master. Your mistake is that you assume the master was you. I never served you, and I never served Karminski. So you're spying on me. I'll repeat myself. I served my master, and I wanted to help the town too. It's a pity our wishes didn't align. And how, in your view, does demolishing the polyhedron help the town? They showed me the tower blueprints and told me about the underground rivers. I'm no engineer and no geologist, and unlike you, I don't pretend to be omniscient, but it seems convincing to me that pulling the structure down is our salvation. You're just parroting someone else's word. You have no idea what consequences the town will face.
Have you met a courier on the way here?
Good afternoon, Bachelor Dankowski. Yesterday we left much unsaid. Forgive me, you're wounded. Do you need medical attention? Yes, wounded. No, I don't need it. I've already found help. An attack in a dark alley. It can happen to anyone. It's well known that the town has many troubled quarters. It's also well known that Karminski is in town, capable of filling those quarters with people given the right order. Karminski tried to kill you. Using the situation in town as cover, a calculation brilliant in its simplicity. As you can see, it didn't work out, and I'm still alive. But never mind. My relationship with Karminski isn't the subject of this conversation. I hope you're not being brave and truly don't need medical attention. I've definitely clarified the cause of the Sun Plague epidemic. 1. Rivers of bull's blood beneath the town. An ideal breeding ground for the bacterium. 2. The polyhedron stake, which has pierced through to such a river and is pumping blood to the surface. How do you know this? This puzzle wasn't simple, but simple ones don't stoke the thrill. I managed to have a conversation about the polyhedron with its creator on the second day. A mutual second day in this town. What? But on the second day practically no one knew about the plague yet. First of all, that's not true. Ordinary townspeople who witnessed the first outbreak were whispering arguments about the condition of the walls of the late Isidor house. Second, I didn't say Peter Stamatin and I talked about the plague. We talked about the polyhedron. Peter doesn't like talking about it. Really. After your conversation on the third day he wanted to burn the blueprints. Whether he likes it or not is not one question. But every creator constantly argues with himself about his creation. Helping that argument come to the surface isn't so difficult. As for the further fate of the blueprints, I wasn't too interested in that anymore. So you questioned him completely unrelated to the plague. You won't argue that the polyhedron is the most remarkable object in this town in every sense, will you? It pierces the landscape so dramatically that it's impossible not to be interested in it. Especially since I was aware of the focus concept and rumors that the polyhedron was built precisely as a focus. And what, did you figure out focus as well? To some extent. At least, that same day I visited someone's study, I confirmed focus. I wanted to understand in sensory terms what it meant. A curious development, even brilliant, but still more to Karminski's taste. Though perhaps I missed something. After all, with the epidemic arrival, I had to switch to more practical tasks. How did you learn about the tunnels with infected blood under the town? Also from Burak? After all, you're the one who told me to come to the shelter yesterday evening. Yes, and as you can see, I wanted to share it with you. Artem Burak and I met early on. I was interested in a man accused of murdering the best local doctor, who was also his own father. We found common ground. An unexpected alliance. He's a man of rare intellect and, more importantly, rare principles. His worldview, stitched together from scraps of different cultures, impressed me. Artemir told me about certain keen customs. Ultimately, those conversations led both to us think that the plague solution should be solved somewhere beneath the abattoir. Incredible intuition. His or yours? Have I satisfied your curiosity regarding my source of information? Can we move on to the essence? The polyhedron fate? I was curious what words you would use to formulate that essence for yourself. I've received my answer. In any case, all fates are already decided. General Block insists that we must put an end to this today. His artillery is ready. Half an hour ago, I already sent him my order on where to aim. But you're in an unofficial capacity. The town is Karminski's responsibility. As you can notice from my current state of health, Karminski isn't too confident in the strength of his position. Otherwise, he wouldn't have sent disguised bandits after me. Well, Block doesn't want to, and doesn't have the right to, make such a serious decision independently. His shaky position doesn't allow him to take on such responsibility. My position is also shaky, but I'm willing to take the risk. I see. Has Block responded to you? Is he ready to carry out your order? Today, in the cathedral, there will be a discussion on the final details. It's a formality, but if you want, you can drop by. I'll write you a pass if you can find some scrap of paper we'll reach out on it. However, you still haven't asked what decision was made. Because it's obvious. I'm afraid of to hear it. General block artillery will demolish the polyhedron today. No. I'm infinitely sorry, but it's the only way out. One way or another. The decision is made and sent to General Block 35 minutes ago. In 3 copies, in case the messenger have difficulties. The evidence is I've gathered is sufficient for demolition. Aren't you sorry about the polyhedron? Not even a little. No. I respect its concept, its filigree execution, but no more than that. Don't take this as a religious statement, but the polyhedron is best described by the words false idol. People killed and died for it, lost their minds and their own dignity, and it brought them only deadly disease. Znaczy, alas. Nie jestem tylko zapewne w takim kontekście. Niestety. Jankowski, do you want a pass to the cathedral? I'll be glad if you agree to share my triumph. You gave the town a chance to live to see this day. I stand on your shoulders. And not now, but still think about future cooperation with the Inquisition. People like you are needed in the service. I'll come to the cathedral, thank you. I'm not ready to discuss the future right now. Let the present finish first. Excellent. With your permission, I would like to end our conversation. I need to rest a bit. Surely among the townspeople you'll find many other conversation partners. Everyone today is frozen in anticipation of the denouncement. Until we meet again. Hard to believe it, old ending. Ale to ja nie rozumiem, bo chyba... Bo ja pamiętam, że jak powtarzałem dzień 11, to mi się ten dzwon restartował. I zastanawiam się, czy przez to, że ja wszedłem do 11 dnia i nie striggerowałem tego dzwona, to nie spowodowało śmierci Karmińskiego, bo ona wygląda tak, jak on żył. Mówi, że ona panuje nad tym miastem. Znaczy, że Karmiński ma oficjalnie i formalnie władzę nad miastem, że nie żyje. Więc nie wiem, czy ja tam po prostu nie mam jednego wątka niezamkniętego, przez to, że Karmiński nie jest formalnie martwy. Tak mi się wydaje.
You're too high strung.
Jeszcze gry nie rozumiem. A czego nie rozumiesz? Bo ja większość rzeczy powiem, że rozumiem. Jeśli masz jakieś pytanko, to wal śmiało.
A learned man knows the contents of everything and isn't content with anything.
Jankowski, I'll ask you only one question about my wife. Of course. I take it you've secured her consent to discuss delicate matters. Katrina never had any mystical gift, did she? Sorry, what? Don't imagine any nonsense. I admired, and still admire, her humble faith, her ability to see the world's ugliness and accept it, rather than try to stitch it into something new. But that's deeper than mysticism. It's the beauty of an ordinary human soul, isn't it? Why are you asking me, dammit? All these years I've been convinced her barrenness was the price of her warm-hearted gift. Barrenness. That we bore this yoke because such was the cost of miracle-working power. But if that were true, she could have been healed, and you healed her. She couldn't have been healed. You're saying I turned her from the mistress into an ordinary woman? Maybe I did. You saved this town, my wife, and my future from death. I'm ashamed I doubt you. A different life will begin her now. A different life? What sort? I'll convene the town council. convene the town council. Instead of 3 families, or let us say, in addition to them, we'll choose the best representatives of the community. The plague has shown that sensible delegation of responsibility to those on the ground lets one withstand the gravest calamities. What do you think of the polyhedron? All these years it irritated me. A hollow glass trinket. Money poured into it. Lives ruined for it. Years laid down for it. An ornament utterly disproportionate to the labor spent. But now, when it's doomed, I find that I pity it a little. It's beautiful after all. A shame they'll tear it down. The polyhedron isn't just a trinket. I can see you believe that. And unlike the Canes, you won't go chasing the next mad notion. Grief over loss is inevitable companion of any man who sticks his nose beyond his own plate. Perhaps you all ought to speak of it with Katarina. You misunderstood me. I won't allow... You know what, never mind.
My path was called the humble. I wanted to understand pain, to accept a world where it is so abundant. But the step kept piercing gaze on me.
The voices have fallen silent. He does not wish to speak to me. I whisper to him and beg, but he does not answer, does not come. Perhaps if you gave me a little medicine, maybe I might be able to. He, meaning the rat prophet, I presume. It is for the best that he is silent now. He should stay away from you. The town is in agony, and I sit here, a fine mistress I am. If only I could help it somehow. Alexander said the polyhedron will be torn down today. Is that true? It is. But you won't allow it, will you? That must not happen. What makes you think that is within my power? If there is still even a spark of the mistress power left in me, then I know this. The polyhedron is a miracle, and it must not be destroyed. If it is gone, then it's sentence for us all. To live in a world without miracles, can there be a fate more dreadful? I fear the polyhedron is the cause of the plague. If it's not turned down, everyone will die. If only I could see my daughter one last time. Alexander won't tell me where she has gone. Will you tell me? You won't believe me anyway. Nie rozumiem ogólnie tej gry, wiem do czego zmierzasz, ale nie znam jej, od początku nie oglądałem. No ja dość długo w nią grałem, więc trudno, żeby ktoś oglądał całą. Zrozumiałem, że ktoś mógł ale jak jakiś aspektów nie rozumiesz, bo coś budzi twoje pytania, to tak jak mówię, no nie krępuj się. Tu też mam coś. Dobra, pójdziemy tutaj. I ja potrzebuję szkiełka. Bo ja widzę, że na mapie mam coś ukryte.
Never alone. Things everywhere.
Okej, teraz lepiej. Powinno być lustro. O.
Superstitions aren't real.
Czy ktoś w więzieniu jest? Nie ma nikogo w więzieniu. Lara. He stood right here, the bloody general. She came to make him pay for what he would done to her father. She didn't even know before that she would be living for this. Is revenge all that holds your shadow here? Where is the justice in that, Lara? She wasn't seeking justice, Doctor. She wanted peace. Tears did nothing, so she hoped her grief would spill out with the blood, and she could go on living. She could have lived if she would step down. Now I see, she couldn't. There was too much pain in her. I tried to save her, but it was either her or the whole town. You did everything right. If the choice was her life or the town, Lara wouldn't have hesitated for a second. She always chose people, except for that one time. She holds nothing against you, Doctor. And in the end, I let her die for nothing. The town's dying anyway. Looks like they're tearing down the polyhedron today. They're tearing down the polyhedron. Good. It always exuded a sense of melancholy. Its shadow moved across the city throughout the day, like a giant needle on a clock face. And if the shadow, it felt especially cold and eerie. In that shadow, it felt especially cold and eerie. And now there will be no polyhedron, no Lara, nothing at all. Podejmą decyzję beze mnie, bo po całym mieście biegam. Grace? O, Klara. I szczurzy prorok.
Sleep is an indulgence. I can go without.
Tell him not to touch my dead. I can tell by your eyes. You see him, and he can't pretend in front of you. Tell him. Do you think I can command him? The prophet doesn't listen to anyone.
Will no one believe me? Will no one reach out to me?
I'm back at the cemetery again. Back to my old circles. Back to my circles. And I walk and walk in circles. I walked in circles too. And where did you end up? Latched onto the polyhedron like a calf on its own mother teeth, and can't let go. A grown man, and still at it, like an infant. You're friends with the children, aren't you? Even they never told you how wonderful it is. Children will tell you how wonderful it is that you can pull your thumb off your palm and stick it back on, or that there is a coin in your ear. Pop. Some authorities you got. So you don't care about it at all. Finally, the right answer. Yes. It seems to you your precious polyhedron is an axis, the center of everything. But it's just a little side tale. Interesting. Pretty even, but not the point at all. What are you going to do now? Step onto the stage and fix everything you broke. I know how, and my hands are free now. I only need the will. Farewell, girl of good intentions. What are you staring at, human? Not a dewdrop in my mouth for days now. Not a morsel of fate. Hear the rumble? That's my belly, my hunger, groaning from the depths. Why are you sitting by your grave? Because I'm hungry. Because I hunger. The grave is empty because my stomach is empty. Starve me, and you'll have empty graves upon graves, and whoever slips will be my meal. Is there some way to feed you without sacrifice? What a bluntly chiseled you are, human. You can't understand anything on your own. You can't puzzle a single thing out. You could have fed me yesterday, but now it's too late. Now you're doomed. And the town too. A hungry prophet is worse than the plague. Mark that. I can make you some dried bread. Want it? I don't eat your vile morsel food. I feed on fates and dreams. I hope you starve to death, you filthy-tailed being. Ja mogłem wczoraj użyć jego do tego, żeby wyciągnąć dzieci z polyhedronu. I on mi mówi, że nie nakarmiłem go wczoraj, czyli ja dobrze zrobiłem, że tych dzieci nie użyłem. Znaczy nie użyłem go do uratowania dzieci. Tam coś się świeci w oddali. What does you want? The living are waiting on you, and you're rummaging about by the graves like some pity snake? Are you Grief Shadow? Why are you here? Where else is he? Am I to go? After death, you cling harder to those dearest to you. In some other life, Creed would have said to Lara all he meant to say, but not this one. Not this one. In this one, he only sits at her grave, even in death. I can't stop thinking, was there some way to save them, both Grief and Lara Ravel? Could I have kept them from dying? Wait, czyli on zginął, ten Gryf. Tried to steal army rations, but was killed. Okay. No mogłem go poświęcić, ja go poświęciłem przez to, że powiedziałem... Przez to, że powiedziałem o tym blokowi. Dlatego on zginął. No tak myślałem. 9 dnia umarł wtedy. No zabiłem go, mogłem go... Albo było on, albo... Albo ludzie z miasta byli zabici przez wojsko. Są tu jakieś potwory? No wiesz co, zależy co przez to rozumiesz. Szabnak to jest manifestacja plagi. Brat Profet jest prawdopodobnie potworem, jakby się zastanowić. Są ludzie, którzy są potworami.
They call her Earth.
Young Burak chose the path of strength, proved himself worthy of the kin. He spared my life. Now my life is in his hands. I have not earned release through death. Spare your life? What does that mean? On powiedział, że to jest jego kara, że on będzie musiał żyć z własnym sumieniem. It's you. You pointed young Burak eyes the right way. He looked and let me keep living. Mu Amidaral, a dirty life. He did not allow blood to be paid with blood. So you were involved in Isidore's death after all. Isidore was always willful. He went to live in the town, took a wife not of the Hatanche. He kept company with the madman of the stone yard, and became a madman himself, Galzu. I understand what I was doing. I meant to fight evil with evil, and I was ready to pay. I didn't imagine the cruelest price would be being made to pay nothing. Don't worry, soon everyone will pay for everything. The fate of the town and the Polyhedron is being decided today. The fate of the town will be decided not in stone, but on the ground. Outsiders never decided anything. Tanigdagdu Hun. The stone yards will fall, the glass tower will fall. That will be good. That will be right. Time like Yohotoi. The king have gained a new warden, unfit to start again. He was harsh with me, but I will be the first to bow to his rule. Good for the king then. At least someone will have a place when what follows is done. Buracha mianowali liderem.
Well knows the kitten whose meat it has eaten.
I'm not bear now, just a quarter of bear again, but still a heck of a lot. You're no quarter of anyone. You're your own person, Sticky. A whole human being. That's what I'm saying. He's Bear, and I'll be like him. Bear is strong. He won't leave us. He's a warden now. They'll tear down the tower, and Bear will save everyone. You too. Me too. I envy your optimistic.
Pit-a-pat. Pit-a-pat.
I was very sick,
Oh,
very hot.
Pit-a-pat. 3 coffin bears, 2 mice, and a bat.
My whole body twisting, and then Bear gave me a little drink made from warm blood. Now my body is not weird anymore. Sticky says Bear drew the plague away from me. What do you mean warm blood? Bear went down underground and become a warden. He'll save everyone now. Anyone he gives blood to doesn't fear the plague anymore. You just have to let the blood come up from the earth. The tower is in the way. It blocks it. So that's how it works. Even so, what's the point? Today he cures you, tomorrow you'll be just infected again. No, if there's an hour in blood, he'll cure everyone. Everyone. Your Bear is a remarkable man. He's done the impossible. I'm willing to admit that he might actually be right. Ah, dance myself sore, my little legs ache. Dance and death will pass you by. Is that so? So dancing is a cure for death. While your legs hurt from dancing and there's a song in your tummy. Zurchen Dulana, you won't die. What are you doing here? This is literally a feast in time of plague. You outsiders won't understand. We've always been here. It's you who came to breathe our step, to eat us. But we'll outlast you and out-eat you. We'll be here forever, eating well and living on our own land. And steppe wind will carry you off like dust. I wish it would carry me off already. I'm tired of all it. Na czym polega ta zaraza? Na tym, że zaraża. On zabija. Zarażają się ludzie i zabija ich w ciągu kilku godzin.
Mistresses remain dead. We need neither Nina nor the Eagle Mother here.
No, wykręca ci ciało, zabija cię w jakieś 5 godzin, jak się zarazisz. My son is with his people, and I don't have a long left. Everything comes back around to Suok. So you're Burak mother. Mother's Bodo is Burak mother. The steppe is Burak's mother. The steppe has 1,000 eyes, 1,000 wombs. From that 1,000 he was born. So you're not the mother after all. Once more, in your tongue, and for the last time, the kin will not be trampled under the Orgimski boot again. A wise rule, gentle hands will pull our threads toward. Pray he shows you mercy. I thought you prayed to boss Turok. How can you crown a man with God's wrath and not call it blasphemy? You know, all these days I answered your tongue with Latin not to mock you. It's because Latin for me is a language of eternal knowledge. Just as yours is for you. Vale, steppe woman.
Do not refashion that which has grown well.
Hello, Oinon. One last hello. One last hello. Why? My finals come. My people have taken me in. When the music goes quiet, I won't be the man you know. You knew. Not a surgeon, but a Menku. Not a half-blood from a lost little town, but a warden of the kin. Are you happy? Is that what you wanted? That's what I could do. That's what I had to do. The kin stands fast, and yet it was melting under the press of the future. I won't let that happen. I know the future by sight, and I'll bargain with it. You know, I thought my father road was calling me, but it wasn't. He had other plans together. My own road found me. Well, at least someone who knows how to live after this. Look me in the eyes, Oidon. Hmm? There you go again with that, hmm? So you're not glad for your final? Victory can be fickle and heavy, especially victory over death. Why do you say that? That you're not glad? I see it. You mourn that cursed tower as if it were alive. And that tower poisoned the town, killed folk by the thousand. Now they'll pull it down, and from the blood beneath it will make a panasa. Timel baikha yehotoi. You trust your panasa so much. What if you're wrong? What if it doesn't work? It will. I've tried it the cruelest way I could bear. It saved a child a step from death. It will save the rest too. The blood they'll bring up when they tear the tower down will be enough for everyone. Sounds like you really believe this final is a happy one. Okej. Spotkaliśmy się ze wszystkimi. Zostało jeszcze się spotkać. Nie widzę, żeby się gdzieś pojawiło światełko. Może bo... A, tu się pojawiło. Na polihedronie. Joerku, muszę się wspiąć na samą górę polihedronu. Po co muszę nabić tą manię. Więc tam będę cały dzień szedł.
Forgot that there's so much of the world.
Nie wiem, co się wymienić. Jestem na tym wybrzeżu? Ktoś tu czeka. Oho. Dukaina. The truth is, they would have failed without me. They would bury the children underneath the shards of the mirror tower. The glimpse of me solved all their problems. Now they needed to grow up, the children and the rest. You glimmered like a comet in the night sky, like it was before, like it must always be. And Victor felt you. It was perhaps the only thing he could truly feel. He would be grateful to you for saving your son, if he knew. Could Victor be saved? Could I have found a different fate for him? Alas, he walked down the street that butchers fate, minimizing himself to a single possibility. Damn it, I did hope. They want to bury him on the other side. The first grave of the new town rightfully belongs to the one who had paid for the failure of all miracles. The Inquisitor punishment had banished his spirit and weakened his body. I couldn't stay with him for too long. The heart could not withstand my flame. But for these few days, he was happy. The first grave on the other side of the river will be the place of light and peace. Farewell, Nina and Victor. Thank you for helping remove children from the tower.
There's still life in me. More life than can be lived.
There will be golden spires there. Thin, almost translucent needles will spear the sky, endlessly tormenting it, never letting it rest. There would be a place for you among them, and Daniel, if you dared to step into the boat of the future, of course. Why such cruelty toward the poor sky? The sky, like the soul, is hindered by calm. It ought to be restless, to churn and gush itself forth. Do not be afraid, Daniel. It will be only a little cruel. Sweet unrest is what awaits us in the future. So you truly intended to build a new town? Among the signs are many gifted young people, the finest minds of the city, the greatest talents. But most importantly, these are people engulfed in trembling restlessness, those who yearn to soar, who are ready to pierce the dome of the heavens so that the light of the Empyrean may pour through the breaches. And what of the Polyhedron? You won't stay to see its fate through? Why should I? You will protect it. I'm not sure about it. What do you mean to say? I'm not sure I want to save the Polyhedron. In any case, that will be your defeat and Uncle Simon, not mine. In recent days, an aster has grown in my chest. A blazing flower stretched toward a scarlet star. Its call thunders in my ears. Join me if you're ready to hear it too and follow it, but only if you're ready. Your star is not my star, but I wish you well.
A clean mouth and an honest hand will protect a man in any land.
No golden city can stand without an accountant. I read that somewhere, or maybe I made it up. Someone always has to count the building materials, you know. Maria may have lost her gift, and you're still following her. Maria can't lose her gift. Her gift is leading people. I mean the prophetic gift, the mystical one, the mistress gift. Miracles exist as long as at least one person believes in them. And I'm not alone. Look at this rapt crowd. They'll keep following Maria, and she'll keep leading us. It's inevitable. How does it feel being part of the rapt crowd, as you call it? I asked them where they're going to get gold for the spires. Turned out no one ordered a shipment. It's not so hard. There are mines a couple hundred west to the north. It can be arranged, but for that, someone has to write to them. So did you write to them? By the way, I explained to Maria that golden spires won't be very effective at scratching the sky. Gold's a soft metal. Steel spires with a gold leaf would work much better. What did she say? She says gold is a solar metal, and it will do the scratching regardless of the strength of the material. And you still believe the town beyond the river is a promising idea? You're speaking in the wrong terms. Promising commercially? Hardly. But it's 100 times closer to my Garden City projects than anything you can achieve on this bank. Here, it's already too late to think about people's true well-being. There, we have a chance. Perhaps you're right, but your father will never forgive you.
Tell me what you want and I will tell you who you are.
This little settlement has always been a little town in a snuff box. An experimental proving ground, a wine box with a surprise hidden inside. Simon tested his boldest hypothesis here. It's time to take the next step. What about people? People, Bachelor, are merely the frantic motion of corpuscles. So long as there is no thought in them, no striving, no nobility of spirit, the motion of corpuscles may be touching, even warm. Yet it is not be mourned. Only feeling and thought are worth mourning. Feeling and thought are the only motion of corpuscles as well. If you still truly believe that, we have nothing further to discuss. I simply wanted to ask you what you will do next. Are you leaving? The towns beyond the river will be town of the young. That is right. Simon so bequeathed it. Yet Youth needs the support of knowledge, and I am prepared to be that. To step into the background. I shall be their memory of errors, a warning to the proud. You, a warning to the proud. Do you believe you'll succeed, all of you? You framed the question wrongly. What matters is not belief, but resolve. The town beyond the river shall be. And the Polyhedron? Are you truly withdrawing from its fate? You never became one of Cain's people. Otherwise, you will know that the Cains and their allies always move forward. If that requires leaving even our finest project behind, so be it. Better that than stumbling in the fetters of nostalgia. I wish I could do that. Constellation of Fates. I said goodbye to each of them. Ja muszę iść... Tak, leczenie. Muszę nabić manię, bo tam jak chcę wejść na dach tego polyhedronu, to trochę to potrwa.
Vibrant. Everything's so vibrant.
Potrzebujemy speeda. It's my last chance to get into polyhedron. Jezu, spadłem przez spodek. Się zgapiłem. Z powrotem. Dziura. Tup, 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 tup. Mi się czas skończy. Dzień przyjdzie następny. Bo już koniec, co? O, jest Bacio. Tak miałem nadzieję. Chciałem powiedzieć, mam nadzieję, że tu krowa gdzieś jest. The paper bull vibrates in my pocket. And here is my pesky bull. If only he doesn't break the glass tower. Bacio. Is that you, my heroic experimental bull? Moo. Sorry I inflicted you with the plague. Sorry I kept you locked in a small, boring house. Moo. They want to destroy the polyhedron. Moo. Can I stay here with you? But what can I do? I don't have the kind of power. I don't have any fight left in me. More. More indeed. Mumu indeed. Woo? Co się stało? I've heard the saying, a shadow of his former self, but I never understood what it meant until now. You can't be here, mister. You shadows should stay down below. This is a place of joy. You are not welcome. You look like a shadow yourself. Not a shadow, just an ordinary one. Perhaps it means that you are alive. I'm telling you, grown-ups are not allowed here. First is the Children's Republic. Are you a child, mister? No? Then vanish. Second, grown-ups are too heavy. If we let the likes of you in, the floor will give away. Scram before it's too late, will you? You're lying. I know for certain that Simon Kane is here. So, you know, right? Yes. Khan told us we were allowed to live here. You get it, mister? And Simon told us that all people must give way to the future. To us. But he died and gave us nothing. I'll let you pass. But I just want you to give... But I just want you to give back our people. I'm afraid this is not possible anymore. The gates are open. Behold, smoke and mirrors. Hello there, little bull. Goodbye, little bull. Who? A, muszę się koncentrować, żeby przejść.
The very first focus was fashioned of incense and mirrors. I knew from the start that the most crucial step was to divide the whole. If the body is no monolith, but a multitude of corpuscles, then so is the soul.
Jak puszczę, to mnie wróci?
Life after death is a pitiful semblance of life eternal. If a living body consists of lesser components, so must a soul. This truth was harder to accept. What appears to us a unity is but a kaleidoscope. This is where the term facets of a personality comes from.
Labyrinth. Józefa? Się nie rozmawiać już więcej. Do you know what I love most about this place? It's paradox. The still water was Farhat creation. The polyhedron, the work of the twins. Everyone, even the architects themselves, believed their vision were incompatible. And yet you see, the still water and the polyhedron are interwoven here. There is no contradiction. They simply took different paths to the same truth. I'm scared, please hold my hand. Are we in Stillwater now, or is this a hallucination? You are in Polyhedron. The Stillwater is here too, just a little. And I remain in Stillwater, just a little. What did you feel there? Beauty? A fragile piece? Those feelings have found you here. This is an oasis. A chance to catch your breath. I don't understand. Are you Eva or a figment of my imagination? If you manage to cross the threshold, it is not the time to abandon such questions. Heat and cold, life and death, true and fiction, man and woman, these are not opposites. Are you implying that you are not Eva but Simon? Simon waits further down the path. To reach him, you must accomplish two things. First, meet the gaze of your own reflection. This is a metaphor. I've observed myself from the outside. Miniaro! Dziękuję za 3 złote i dobrej nocki ci życzę. Jesteś tutaj szklany, wiesz, co się dzieje? Nie mam pojęcia, co się dzieje. Myślę, że moja postać jest tak samo skonfundowana jak ja. Reflections work differently in the polyhedron. You could say it is the source of all reflections. It is made of mirrors, after all. You have already learned to walk through 2 doors at once. Now you must reflect within yourself. How? If you have absolute no doubts about what you are doing now, then you haven't understood what is going on. A man of reason always has doubts. You must meet your own gaze and see the doubt in your eyes. That is your next step. And after that, you said there were 2 things to accomplish. Next, you have to cast the doubt away and die. Die. Don't be afraid of death, my love. It will lose its power over you as soon as you stop fearing it. And for that, you have to accept it, embrace it, as I did. And then I will become Simon. Just walk forward. You will see everything for yourself, and it shall be well. I promise you. There is a projector above. It will light the way. I will speak to Simon, but it does not mean I accept his path completely. Delighted to see you, Excellenza. He's expecting you. So this room is a part of Polyhedron. I expected as much. All the unusual phenomena in this town tie back to it, don't they? This is the camera lumina, one of Simon's ruminations. If a camera obscura can pick up light in the darkness and turn it inside out, then there should also be a camera that picks up shadows in the light. Do you follow? I don't care about any of this. Take me to Simon. You mean this room is the source of the shadows? As you've already guessed, Excellenza, the polyhedron is a complex system of interreflective mirrors which display, well, for simplicity's sake, let's call them various possibilities. Rubin might be alive, or he might be dead, and one possibility casts a shadow onto another. Is that right? Certainly, Excellenza. There is a maze ahead of you. I won't give you directions outright. But I am to deliver the following message. Sometimes a reflection is more faithful than its source. Eva said I would face doubt. If you think it was Eva who spoke to you, then you can trust her. She's a creature of intuition. Wasn't that her? He's expecting you. It's as if you're allergic to straight answers. Inspektor. Zobaczyli ze stanatyki. Aglaja. Z czerwonymi motylami muszę iść, tak? Burach i Klara. Mario? Raczej Blueprints. The shadows on the wall speak convincingly, don't they, Senior? As shadows are wont to do. As shadows are wont to do, they speak vaguely and without substance. I merely dare to point out, Senior, that if their words have convinced you, we have a service door here. You can slip out mid-performance through it, quietly, so no one will notice. There it is, right beside me. What happens if I live through it? We will respectfully acknowledge that you have chosen a different path, and pretend you never visited the Polyhedron. It will close to you forever. There will be no returning under any circumstances. But if you've deemed this path a mistake, then that's exactly what you needed, isn't it? No, Simon is waiting for me. Once you come to know Simon, it cannot be undone. This is not the kind of knowledge that can be erased from memory without special tricks. If you're ready for that, the main doors welcome you. Czyli tutaj mogę uciec. A tutaj idę do Simona. Jakąkolwiek decyzję podejmę, nie będę mógł się cofnąć. Dobrze myślę? What a strange space. The lines on the walls seem to form shapes. Paradeuila? If you look at things from someone else's point of view, you'll understand them better. I'll try to look at the shapes from different angles. What do I have to lose? Czy tu czegoś mam wypatrywać konkretnie w tym miejscu? Czy na razie mam iść przed siebie? Czy może każdy z tych fragmentów pokazuje mi... Przy każdym z tych stoliczków jest coś, co mogę znaleźć? Wygląda, jakby coś było na dole. Aha, bo widzę, dobra, widzę zegarek tutaj.
We are drawn towards the earth dreadfully. To overcome death, I needed a structure that would overcome gravity as well. Here, the laws of the earth hold no sway. More importantly, here, the common dichotomies fail. Yes and no exist together. There is no death, only variance of life.
Tam też mogłem byka zobaczyć, tak? Tam jest byk. Spojrzę, to może usłyszę komentarz jego. Samo tutaj powinno coś być. Wydaje mi się, że tutaj coś było. Nie wiem, czego powinien wypatrywać. Motyla.
To call the soul fractional is perhaps an exaggeration. I would sooner call it faceted. Like the eye of a moth or a butterfly, it beholds each fleeting moment 100,000 times over, fracturing it into bits, but not truly tearing. So may any moment of your life be fractured. In one reflection of that minute, you shall be dead. In another, alive, sick or sound. What you must do is learn not to choose among the reflections, but witness them all at once.
Jest ten byczek, ale... Mam wrażenie, że go widzę, a jednak nie widzę. Powinien chyba coś powiedzieć, nie? Jak wyłapałem tego byka. Czego mi brakuje, że tego byka nie widzę? To było u góry? Muszę coś przyciąć tym. Wygląda jakby było wszystko. No nic. Nie dowiem się, co powie o byczku. Chyba, że stąd gdzieś. Z róża. Gdzie jest stół z tą różą? Może niżej muszę zejść. Teraz tą różę chciałem jeszcze zobaczyć jakoś. Zawsze każdy przedmiot miał swoją reprezentację na stoliczku, a tutaj tej róży nie widzę. Jak to mam striggerować? A mogę... Tam tego nie widzę w ogóle nawet, nie mogę spojrzeć stamtąd. No nie mam wglądu na nią. No nic, to idziemy dalej w takim razie, bo nie wiem czy... Czy tutaj nie utknę do końca już? Chyba tu stał. Tego byczka też nie wiem jak striggerować. Tanatika. Bez komentarza Tanatika. James Bond. Na nic? Już o Eryku? Nieprawda, nie było żadne na nic. Eryk mi świadkiem. O. Wszystkie liczby od 1 do 12. Tobie to nic. Ale moderatorowi daje koka. Co to jest koka? Wiedziałem, że muszę umrzeć. To umarłem. Simon Kane. The last thing I hear is the patter of raindrops on my boundless body. Silver raindrops. I thought paper and glass would make completely different sounds. As it turns out, they're the same. Is this Simon Kane before me? Some religions let water run in their temples, for water, which rains down from the sky, piercing the earth and emerging from our souls as tears, is a direct tie between man and God. There's water in the town cathedral, but nobody prays there. The workings of the world demand on me while I was watching the rain. A steel sky shattered in 1,000 drops, yet it didn't lose itself. Then I saw it. Man ought to become water. Simon, do you hear me? The last thing I hear is the patter of raindrops on my boundless body. Are you the watcher that set people in ancient? I'm not unique. I suppose if I had died in my infancy, a likely prospect to a severe case of measles, another person would have made this discovery in my stead. That's how the history of human thought unfolds. There comes an age when a certain idea is bound to manifest. Then it chooses someone to speak it into existence. It could be me, or you, or a nameless stranger. It's not as important as we tend to believe. I'm afraid I've gone insane. Am I truly seeing a spirit, a memory, some form of existence of an immortal man? Some call the polyhedron a rose, a tower, a machine, or a tunnel. But essentially, it's just a reverse funnel that turns a soul inside out. The soul rises from the ground, passes through a narrow pipe, and stretches under the sky. Simon, I must know. Together with Burak, you sacrifice an entire town. Does it mean that whoever passes the trial can follow in your footsteps? Does it mean that anyone can achieve immortality? Everyone has the potential, but few fulfill it. At last you're speaking to me. Kolej frytki? Może? Kto wie? My whole life, I've been speaking to myself. In others, I would merely look for my reflection. I can finally see it from here. This town is 1,000 towns. Life is 100,000 lives. Time doesn't flow like a river between the past and the future. It scatters everywhere, like raindrops. You've always seen it, my boy. Standing beside a patient bed, undergoing interrogation at the Capitol, sitting behind your desk at the Stillwater. At last, you're living in all directions at once. This is what immortality means. My whole life I've been searching not for a secret of biological cells, but for a different way of looking at the world. A way to reject that we see as axioms, to build new mathematics. Daniel, do you hear me? I'm happy. The last thing I hear is the patter of raindrops in my boundless body. Before that, the mournful wail of those who failed the trial. The rain washed away the sound, so it will wash away the memory. Want. We should never forget the price of a miracle. Now everything is in your hands. Proceed. No matter what you decide, there is no wrong choice. Even if I choose to destroy the polyhedron, you won't do it. Everything in this place is only beautiful on the inside. I am not confused in my testimony to you, Inspector. I lived and I'm living each life. The reason for this is my encounter with Simon. You are reading this dossier and wondering, how could one person be in so many places at once? Now you know. Shall we continue? Cause and effect. I succeed. Simon, my visit in the polyhedron allowed me to choose the outcomes of past events. Huh? Bo nie rozumiem. Czy mogę wybrać? Nie. Muszę zejść na dół w takim razie i wejść tutaj i porozmawiać ze wszystkimi. Podbić manię trochę tym. Przyspieszyć. Dycha. Zmęczony. Gdzie skończy mania? Gdzie się ślimaczył na dół. Już prawie na dole. A mnie zestrzelą razem z tym polidronem. W dwójce chyba miałem czas do 20, żeby złapać tych kurierów. Potem by zostały dostarczone rozkazy od Aglai i blok wysadzał polydron. Gdyby to była dwójka, to już bym był martwy. Podali nic nie ma, nie? Jak ktoś stoi na wejściu do katedry. Klara.
There is a God.
Go on, forward, go. Fight for your ideology, or give up. Whatever you wager, you lose anyway. Why aren't you inside when you decide? Why not assist your ward, your general? You're joking. He's on his own now. I only guided him during a difficult moment, and during an easy one, he forgets me. I can't enter the cathedral. Do you understand? It's not my turn now. I'll slip inside. I'll make my choice. I'll save everyone. Do it cleaner, better than you, butchers. But later. Still, I'm curious. If you were deciding right now where to aim the cannons, what would you do? If I were deciding, there would be no need to aim them. The cannons would turn into a child's drawing, and they would fire flowers. In other words, you don't have a real answer. How do you explain to a drawing on a sheet of paper what vertical is? To an infant, what the square root of -1 is? You don't know the words I speak. Alright then. I will change people, so the contradiction itself would dissolve. I can do that. Crawl into the soul. Satisfied? You talk as if you believe you can magically remove a fundamental contradiction. Infantile. I'm telling you, you won't understand. Go. Draw your paper triumph. I doubt it will be a victory. My path. The guy invites me to the cathedral to observe how will of the law is executed in order is restored. I can only watch. Clara believes that only my choice matters. I just need to understand where to apply it. By order of General Block, the cathedral is closed to visitors today. We ask you to leave the cathedral grounds and its vicinity. I have a permit signed by Inquisitor Aguilera Lilich. The permit is valid. You may pass. Thank you. Choice. The cathedral will not open again until the end. Mogę cofnąć? Przechodzenia się nie mogę cofnąć?
We need to get back to the front.
And on the verge of this wild sea, famine and death doth cry. The cries of women and of babies. Over the field doth fly.
Restrained and composure.
I appreciate your lyrical mood, General, but unless we finish this, the cries will spread far beyond these fields. I know you're right, Inquisitor. There's nothing to debate and nothing to discuss. Still, I look at the tower and think, they'll twist it all. They'll say I'm just a blunt soldier who destroyed a miracle of engineering. Are you trying to save the town or your reputation? Not reputation, honor. That's a considerably more. Still, the choice between honor and human lives is not choice at all. Yes, people matter. More than honor, the more than the tower. Thought your voice isn't advisory, Dankowski? I'm glad you agree. One doubt keeps gnawing at me. When I last spoke with your colleague, Karminski, he insisted the polyhedron could be saved. Must be saved even. If my colleague were alive, I'm sure he would have shared his thoughts on how to do that without sacrificing the town. Though I will note, his obsession with impossible object is precisely what put him in the grave. If you don't bring down the polyhedron will bring down all of us. Karminski hardly set himself the goal of saving the town at all. I wouldn't take his words seriously. Exactly. He was interested in this town as a phenomenon, not as a place where people live. I would still rather not use artillery. It's unsafe for the townsfolk. But a clear objective lets us reduce the risk to a minimum. Thank you for that objective, Inquisitor Lilich. Hiring at the polyhedron in exchange for the future is a high price, but it must be paid. Why do you hate polyhedron so much? Haven't I answered that already? It's a false idol, a beautiful mirage that masks a filthy, agonizing death. It isn't worth the lives it's already taken. I'm waiting, General. Give the order to fire already. Enough soul searching. In my life, I've signed 2 historical documents. The first was to order to advance as the Karst of Fjords, and now this. Here's my signature acknowledging the Inquisitor order. It is done. So be it. podjąłem taką samą decyzję w sumie jak w dwójce, bo uważam, że Burak ma rację. O, miasto może żyć.
Please don't confuse inspection and inquisition. Inspection and investigation. Investigation and the secret police.
A paradoxical choice, perhaps the only one genuinely intriguing, one that at a remove almost resembles free will. You reach the heart of the polyhedron and choose to destroy it. I wanted to make a different choice. I simply failed. I wasn't ready to abandon the people I walked this road with. Unexpected. We had the impression you deal with people, how shall I put it, in a calculated manner. Yet here you are, so attached. I've always respected intellect, talent, and courage. No regrets? Whatever he concealed, the polyhedron is only glass and metal. So long as thinkers and creators live, they'll be able to build new polyhedra. Well then, this decision will, without question, affect how the Commission judges you. Donatica. What will become of it? Is closed. What? How? I returned. I choose to save lives. A fair question, indeed. Indeed, when we enter this room, we assume the laboratory's fate to hinge on your answer and the path you choose. Nevertheless, I have it plainly marked here. Donatica is closed and cannot be restored. The street, Lurishiva Street. They told me it would make my fears real, in defiance of all logic. And I, an idiot, dismissed it. You know, dear bachelor, I do sympathize. To pass through that inferno, refuse your prize, and still be stripped of your home. Yes, you've overplayed your hand with fate, sir. No matter, I know what must be done. The street's malign pull is merely further evidence that my choice was correct. And what do you mean to do? So the polyhedron perished, but it showed me that human thought can move beyond any boundary and create genuine wonders. I'm sure there are more of them yet, hidden in the distant reaches of our land. You're likely right, but I can go, yes? The interrogation is over. Thank you. Everything else is none of your concern. Coś mi tu brakuje. Może mi się wydaje. It seems that saving the polyhedron is impossible while Karmiński is dead. Przez to, że on zginął w dniu 11, to nie miałem nawet możliwości uratować polyhedronu. Więc musiałbym wrócić do dnia 11 i uratować go przed zamachem. General Block received Inquisitor Lilich order. Demolish the polyhedron. Inquisitor Karmiński could have objected to Lilich and tipped the scales towards saving the tower, but was killed the day before by the polyhedron architect. The commander obeys. Block transmitted the order to demolish the tower to the army howitzers. This way, the town will be saved. The polyhedron, the vessel of the Kane's thoughts, ideas and memory, is destroyed. The blood that gushed from its foundation will save the town. Usatysfakcjonowany z tego wyboru. O, Julia jest z nami.
I'll follow you through hell, but not high water. If it gets to high water, that's on you.
What's going on, Chief? I thought your return would bring them to their senses, but the committee is acting as if Tantica no longer exists. They won't tell us anything. They would love keeping people in the dark.
Huh? It's been years, and I still can't get enough of your idealism.
It was an honor to work with you, my friends. What? No, you came back. The epidemic is defeated. They can't. You promised to bring back an immortal man. Please don't keep us in suspense. Did you succeed? You didn't come back empty-handed, did you? Will Tantica be saved? Serafima, I'm sure you're familiar with the saying, soft copper, found gold. You're calling Tantica the copper, and by gold you mean what exactly? In that town at the edge of the world, I realized that my approach to understanding immortality was fundamentally flawed. The medical path is a dead end. Death is transcendent, and victory over it lies not in the cells of the body, it's hidden in the world, in its miracles. And so what? Years of research, dozens of scientific papers, hundreds of lectures, all of it for nothing. Is that what you're saying? Not at all. The most crucial skill for a scientist is the ability to admit mistakes. That's the only way to move forward, the only way to find a way out of the dead end. Alas, Tantica is dead end. I'm sorry. What about us? What will become of us now? That depends on what you want. You can continue researching cellular aging and close your eyes to its futility, or you can come with me to other towns in search of the miracles scattered there. I don't recognize you. You've traded science for miracles? If you had seen what I've seen, and experienced what I've experienced, you wouldn't ask such questions. What have you seen? What do you mean by miracles anyway? Perhaps miracles are a mirage, but I have sentenced something unique and miracles to death. I can't forget it now. You know, there is something to the chief's words. Sometimes I will read an anecdote about a far reach of a country in a newspaper, and I consider, perhaps we simply don't understand. Perhaps that's possible too. I've heard of a place that has more lacunas than space, a mathematical curiosity. Platon, chiefs considering abandoning science. Your jokes are untimely. My goal is the same. Humanity deserves more. A breakthrough to the stars.
What?
Are you sure, Lankowski? When you summoned me to the capital, I thought you were craving to get back to your beloved science. Yet, you invited me to your career's funeral. I'll never be sure of anything ever again. I can sympathize. A scar on the heart. A longing for the impossible. Good luck, Lankowski. Or not. I might consider stretching my legs a bit, or I might not. Who knows? What about you, Julia? I'm better suited for sedentary jobs. Don't be silly. We'll find a means of transportation for you. Or are you afraid of miracles? It's miracles that should be afraid of me, as we found out. I'll wait for you on the railway station. I'll carry your bags for you if you want. Now I know for certain. It is possible to look beyond the law. There are still remarkable little towns in the north of the country. Perhaps there I will find the secret of immortality. Achieve an unexpected ending. Cześć, Eko. Dobry wieczór. Idę sobie szybko po wodę jeszcze. Wreszcie koniec. Widziałem właśnie Eko, a nawet ostatnio, dosłownie 3 dni temu, 3 czy 2 dni temu, rozważałem z Gosią, czy nie kupić sobie Diablo 4. Nie wiem co za zbieg okoliczności. I dosłownie dzień później patrzę, o, Diablo 4 w handlu. Ale nie Diablo 4, tylko Diablo 4 z dodatkiem, bo ten dodatek potem jest bardzo fajny. Chociaż zakładam, że mechaniki z dodatku są też w podstawce, nie? Bo to pewnie jest, jak ten balans patch był i zmiany, które zachodziły w samej grze, to pewnie w całej grze zachodziły, nie? Nie, to jest tylko Diablo. Po prostu podstawka. Ja podejrzewam, że to jest taka forma, wiesz, zachęcenia ludzi do spróbowania gry, nie? Oni mają problem, nie? W Blizzardzie. Oni mają problem w Blizzardzie, bo oni strasznie mają zrujnowaną reputację. A nie ma? Okej, a to słowo lipa. Znaczy nie, na pewno są jakieś zmiany, nie? Bo generalnie jak wyszło Diablo 4, to było bardzo krytykowane mocno i tam na przestrzeni lat oni dużo wprowadzali patchy, nie? Więc podejrzewam, że na pewno dużo rzeczy jest zreworkowanych w porównaniu do podstawki. Więc oni nikogo nie... Jeśli ktoś nie kupi podstawki, to jest bardzo mała szansa, że kupi teraz, po wyjściu dodatku. Natomiast jeśli ktoś dostanie za darmo grę i zagra i się przekona do niej, to jest duża szansa, że kupi dodatek. A jeśli wyszedł nowy dodatek i ktoś do tej pory nie kupił Diablo 4, to jest spora szansa, że tego Diablo 4 i tak nie kupi. Więc to jest dobry ruch z ich strony, że oni w handlu to za darmo rozdają. Znaczy za darmo, no, w Częście. Im się to opłaca, generalnie moim zdaniem. To jest długa lista bakerów. Another choice. Mirror room. Such was my story, but if I want, I can tell it differently. I don't need to start from the beginning for this. There's enough amalgam in this room.
It's more honest now. Once Dankovsky, now 1,000
Well then,
fragments
senior,
of Dankovsky.
your story turned out sad and a little funny, as it should be. We don't know about you, but for us, it's about regrets. So many of them cast shadows on the face of the town. And what do you regret? I have no regrets. I like how it turned out. We're in the looking glass of probabilities, Senior. You've walked one face it, as far as your strength and imagination allowed, but here, in the heart of the glass rose, all petals are open. Simply put, are you curious how the story could have turned out differently? Would you like to correct your correction somehow differently, reassemble the picture? I was planning to watch the cinema of how others assembled their puzzle, but I've had enough. Czyli odpowiedź, no już miałem iść na YouTube'a zobaczyć jak inni grali. What generosity, but what about the price of mistakes? The weight of decisions made? You've come to know the faceted structure of the world, where the past is just as multivariative as the future. It would be strange if this logic didn't extend to the endings as well, though some events cannot be undone in any way. Sounds reasonable, so I'm not trapped in the postscript. If you wish to go back and make different decisions, just break the mirrors here. They contain amalgam. The past is still open to you, and I'll be able to fix anything. Almost. Some collisions of fate are irreparable. Others are beyond our power. But what, Senior? Do you have great regrets after all? I regret that I couldn't save Lara. Her life seems incompatible with the life of the town. Is she doomed? Some people are victims of fate logic. Her entire destiny led to the choice you have no power to prevent. Isn't it fair to honor it? But if you wish, some things can be changed. Let's say in an unnatural way. How so? There is one entity, the thing that eats shadows. By devouring a person's shadow and their dreams, it's capable of tearing almost anyone from the shackles of fate and memory. Perhaps it could help you, but we, Senior, deeply advise against resorting to this help. You mean the rat prophet? There's something wrong about him, but even he can do a good turn, I suppose. We bow to you, Senior. You are a decent anti-hero. The task you were given was difficult and constrained, and we regret many, many things, but not that you were at the center of our narrative. Farewell, and until we meet again. And thank you, Jester. It was a long road. Czy on mi zasugerował, że mogę uratować Larę? Rozmawiając z Rat Propetem? Come to the cemetery. There is one evil entity that can make the world forget even that which is otherwise impossible to forget. Kiedy tam mogę iść? Nawet 100 nie przekroczył? No, słuchaj. To jest dobre, stwierdził. Jeśli on po ostatniej zmianie, czyli 4-6 na 4-4, nie może zrobić więcej niż 100 winów. To znaczy, że ta zmiana była za klupista. Zobaczcie, o co chodzi z tym propetem. Mi się dodało teraz to.
Never alone. Things everywhere.
O co chodzi z tym propetem? Tam coś jest. A dobra, to nie jest ten. To jest trup od gryfa. You don't know how to wrestle, human. You walk like you're hammering nails, as if every step you take is written into history. Human, you're not history. Listen to the rustling. You devour memory and dreams, rat. That much I know. But it turns out you can also free a person from fate. Free. Free. Pull it out. Cross it out. Gnaw it out. Yes. I want to change what I can neither forget nor turn over to a different side in the polyhedron. Yes. Has the human learned rat honor? A rat can gnaw, can cover, can steal. Put me in your pocket, kind human. I'll come in handy. I don't need your first son, your first dream, or your name. I only need you to carry me into the polyhedron. Yes. There. Yes. Rats gnaw paper. You won't harm it? I promise, no gnawing, no eating, no sleeping. I won't do anything bad. I'll fulfill every request. Let a poor little rat look down at the town from above, just once. Just one little time. Pity me, wretched thing that I am. You can know this. I won't harm the walls of the polyhedron, and I won't deceive you. I'll eat whatever you ask. Anything else, you cannot know. You reek of rot. No, I refuse. Even if you don't trick me, I can tell this won't end well. No, I refuse. Niezłe jest to, że mam aż 4 odpowiedzi na nie, że odmawiam, i jedną na tak. I'm afraid to imagine what kind of power you might find up there. No, I refuse. Teraz już jestem bardzo ciekawy, co się stanie. I want too much to alter what even I can't change. Alright, I agree. Aż 4 razy nie i jedno tak. Yes. How the little claws will rustle on the little steps. Thank you, human. Thank you from my heart and from my whiskers. You've cracked a little door for me. Next time you end up in the room with mirrors, I'll be waiting for you. Then we'll talk, we'll listen, we'll nibble. But we'll eat only what Bachelor Dankowski commands. Great idea, agree. Great job, man. What? I komentarze jeszcze. The rat prophet is always ready to help. He asks only one thing, let him into the polyhedron, to sit in a corner. There is one evil entity that can make the world forget even that which is otherwise impossible to forget. The prophet assures me he will cause no harm to the tower. He is incapable of lying directly. Since he may be useful to me, I agreed. Interesujące. Co, teraz muszę wejść do tego polyhedronu z nim, tak? O fuck, ja nie wziąłem itemów, nie mam żadnego heala. Może nie potrzebuję. Dobranoc, polski Przemku. Dobranoc.
Boiling, cracking, screeching.
Living. Jeden heal. Sru. Ale mania leci. Łocie panie. Na jednym ranie. Nawet nie muszę odpoczywać. Już z tego heal'a jednego wziąłem, bo by nie przeżył. O, zmęczyłem się wreszcie. Sunie. Co teraz? Gdzie poszedłem? Czy tu musiałem Chyba musiałem zresetować, co? To mogłem zresetować chyba. Powinienem, raczej ja nie mogłem. Kurde. Kurczaki, no, muszę teraz z powrotem lecieć. Prawie zginąłem też, bo nie mam więcej heal'a, zostawiłem wszystko w Stillwater. Jeszcze prawie na miejscu. Bo mogę wejść w takim razie do katedry i tam użyć zegara. I wrócić, bym musiał po prostu zresetować cały dzień. Ponownie. Chyba, że nie mogę wrócić do pierwszego dnia znowu. W sumie tam chyba też nic nie dowiem, nie? Wszystko się miałem dowiedzieć, dowiedziałem. Nie mogę tego ztestować, to o co tu chodzi? I cannot enter the polydron with the animals, but I will never know where the bull path will lead him. To ja nie rozumiem, co ja muszę tu zrobić, żeby to zdziałało. Bo nie mogę ztestować tego wyniku. Dobra, a czy on nie powiedział, że on ze mną będzie w sumie następnym razem, jak będę w tym lustrze, znaczy w tym pokoju z lustrami, to on tam będzie. Może to o to chodzi? Muszę przejść grę jeszcze raz i wtedy tam na samym końcu on będzie ze mną. No spróbujemy wejść i po prostu zobaczyć końcówkę jeszcze raz. Że następnym razem, jak będę z nim w pokoju z lustrami, o, medyczny ekos. O, to jest chyba to.
Plans are worthless.
We're all just dancing on our strings.
You're not leaving this place. Neither tomorrow nor yesterday.
need to do.
No.
Finale. O, mirror room. O, jest rat rocket. Rats in the walls. I invited Ratpot into the room with mirrors. Now he dwells here. I'm up in the sky now. A sky rat. Say what I should now through. What you want forgotten? What you want the change? No tricks today. Once you gone, you reek. I want to forget something I know. Easy. Hold your head out. I'm keen to those long-necked beasts that drag unneeded things into their nest. Unneeded memory to me. Pah, nothing. If you want, you'll learn it again later. The same you learned it in the first day. Don't want it? Live on. I won't tell. Aha, czyli on mi pozwoli kompletnie w te kluczowe wydarzenia pozbyć się ich. Okej. Tricky business. Fates are nasty. Though things, they grind down my poor little teeth. I can't bite through everyone. But I'll try. Whose fate line should I know apart? Eva Jan, I didn't let her tear herself away from the still water, and I don't like that what came of it. To jest coś, co nie mogą zmienić. Yakov Little, he served loyally, he didn't deserve to die. Me, I walked down the Luricheva street and I shackled Tanatika to a future it doesn't deserve. Fix it. The Airbright, they burned without cause on the first day. Lara Ravel, is she doomed? I failed to dissuade her from trying to kill the general. Well, if she makes the attempt, she's doomed. And she's not doomed if she doesn't. Use your head, human. That Lara of yours understood that her life and the general life were mutually exclusive. And you want to have your cake and the general not to be eaten. Get an omelette without breaking any eggs. In other words, you're asking for the best of all worlds. Yes, that's exactly what I ask you, why I let you in here. Let me chew it on it. What she's carrying that she doesn't need. Honor. Revenge. What can I eat? Aha! Deal. Let's check on it. My little friend won't put her hands on her. 2 for 1. You get the general and his killer. And the price? Pah! Alright. Make her forget. Whatever it is you mean to make her forget. Revenge. If I've got it right. Chomp. Finished. Alright? Yakov Little, he served loyally. He didn't deserve to die? No. What do you mean, no? We had a deal. And I had a deal with him too. An agreement. He's local. Born and raised here. When he was still a pup, I did him a favor. A little trinket of a favor. And we settled it. When his hour comes, I would take what he owed. Here it is. I'm taking it. I thought he would be my meal. But my companion, she's a vicious piece of work. So you won't change his fate because it's been promised to you? Yes. And what was the little trinket exactly? I found a book for him. He made a deal with you for a book. He was desperate to learn. That's grotesque. And precisely why we need universal education. I walked down Luricheva Street and shackled Tanatika to a future it doesn't deserve. Fix it. Disgusting. The fatum of yours. I won't get a taste out of my mouth with a dozen children. Foul. Can't eat this stuff. I'm a thing of nature. The tonic of Mother's Earth tonic depths. And your Luricheva has twisted up something against nature itself. No way to master it. Then why did I bring you here? Now. I'm telling you, I can't. Were you warned this is irreversible? You were. Did you listen? You didn't. You thought a little chill and safe charm would fix it. It won't. You bound yourself. Now carry it. I thought there was some way. Well, you thought wrong. What else do you want? No, prawda jest taka, że powiedzieli mi, że jeśli pójdę tą ulicą, to tego nie odwrócę już. Jestem teraz ciekawy, co bym zagrał drugi raz i co, nie piszę tą ulicą? Czy by było inne zakończenie? Interesujące. The hair bride that burned without cause on the first day. Here's, I've got conflict of interest with my friend, the girl. You've paved such a great path for her. Lovely to behold. Ask for something different. That wasn't in the bargain. Like it or not, save the air bride. Alright, if you say so. They didn't burn that one. They burned another. And to make it so they burn none at all, I would have to know through entire town. That's too much even for me. I'll get fat. No. And anyway, you don't care about the air bride. You care about you. Your nightmare won't go away. No matter what happens to her, it's grown into you already. Now that's interesting. I want to forget how they burned the hair bride. You see what it is? Thought that hair bride, my friend, the girl, has built a nest in your head, and you won't bite her. No, I couldn't, even if I tried. If I did manage to bite through, you would burst. Coward, that's all you are. The soldier who fell from the up sky, Arseny Kashkin. Who? Ah, the one whose blood mixed with the blood of the earth. Fine, it wasn't him, it was his twin brother. Are you mocking me? As you ask, so you answered. Don't waste my time on nonsense. A human life isn't nonsense. Amnesia. O kurde. Ono w ogóle wszystko o sobie zapomni? Czy ja bym teraz musiał iść do dnia 7 bodajże. Bo to był 8 dzień. Tego tu chyba nie ma nawet. Ósmego dnia... A nie, 9 dnia. 9 dnia Lara została zabita przez Klarę. I 10 dnia umiera Blok. A dobra. To już dużo kombinowania i to faktycznie sobie podejrzewam, że zobaczę sobie na YouTubie albo poczytam sobie na internecie, jak zmieniają się te wątki. Bo to jest dużo kombinowania i skakania, a to już sobie mogę szybko sprawdzić w innym czasie. Że intrygujące, jak zwykle. Bad Grief was shot by the enemy, by the army. Właśnie. Ja nie wiem, czy ja go mogę uratować. Chyba go nie mogę uratować, muszę poświęcić. Jeśli chcę go uratować, to musiałbym poświęcić tych ludzi z miasta. To nie jest do końca chyba dobre. On sam się wpchał w tą armię, ja mu go ostrzegałem. Także kończymy na dzisiaj z Pathologic i kończymy w ogóle z Pathologic. Także to był Pathologic. Jak ktoś się interesował i oglądał nas tutaj, to dziękuję bardzo za towarzyszenie mi w Pathologicu. Zamykamy tą książkę i już niedługo zajmiemy się nowymi grami. Mam kilka gier, które dalej chcę grać, znaczy chcę na nowo zacząć, więc w przyszłości będzie więcej kolejnych gier. Dzisiaj pogramy sobie chwilę Vampire Crawlers, za chwilę, a jutro nowe Variety. Może zobaczymy, jak się będę bawił przy Vampire Crawlers, bo może sobie wampiry pogramy więcej jutro. A tak to mnie czeka jeszcze kilka tytułów, które mam już dosłownie w ręce i zobaczymy, co będzie. Tak, czy jutro będzie stream z Deva? Jak najbardziej, tak, będziemy oglądać Dev streama. Ja w ogóle myślałem, że ten stream jest we wtorek i byłem przekonany, że go przegapię, ale nie przegapię go, jutro go będziemy oglądać. Kurde, niezwykle interesująca jest ta gra i widzę, że każdym razem się te lustra resetują, więc można sobie dobrowolnie wracać i i naładować sobie cały amalgam. Czyli w endgame można sobie powtarzać. Super rozwiązanie swoją drogą. Myślałem, że tego nie będzie. No, także... Tak jak mówię, Pathologic 3, świetna, naprawdę jestem super zadowolony z przejścia tej gry. Mi się bardzo podobało.